Baby, my refrigerator got all kinds of vegetables in it, and I really need to use them up before they go bad. I hate when I go to the store and buy a ton of produce and then don't even use it up. So I have some green peppers, that little orange pepper, and then I have some celery, which I don't even know how I ended up with it in the first place. Like, what did I use it for? Oh, yeah, I made some jambalaya. But now I'm stuck with 3 stalks of celery, and I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But one thing is for sure, I'm putting it in tonight's dinner. I decided, because of my special commenter on my last video said make fried rice, I'm like, you know what, baby? I'm going to make some fried rice because I can put my green pepper, I can put my orange pepper, I can throw that celery in there, and I'm going to use these carrots as well. Now, let me go ahead and be honest real quick. These carrots I ain't had no business having in my house because I don't cut them up and feed them to the kids. I don't even like cooking with them. For one, I didn't have that little peeler which you peel the skin off with, so I had to go in my cabinet and find my sharpest knife that I had. And once I started doing it, I realized it wasn't that bad. So then I got done chopping up my little carrots. I'm like, let me taste one. And then I was eating another one. And then I noticed I started stuffing my mouth. And I'm like, you know what? You ain't supposed to cook while you're hungry because then you're going to eat all the product. Now, if only I can get my toddlers to eat carrots the way I was. But I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and just chop them up nice and small. So that way, when I saute them up, the toddlers will hardly notice them. So now we got our nice little assortment of veggies. Got our carrots, our celery. Now we got to go ahead and chop up them onions. And they just make me so emotional. I'll be tired of crying all over the place. My eyes be burning. And it's really starting to remind me of an old relationship. You know, it was just some things I liked about it. But majority of the time, even though I liked it, it still made me cry. Anywho, enough of that. We don't want to be talking about old relationships and stuff, I guess. But if you would like to hear a story and you want me to tell you all my business, I'll gladly tell you because then I can get some stuff off my chest. So now that we got all our little vegetables chopped up, let's go ahead and chop up this chicken. Now, my kids like chicken, but my toddlers, they don't like big pieces of chicken. So it was my goal to chop it up extremely small. So small that it's just little bite-sized pieces. I find the chicken comes out extremely tender when I do it this way too. So let's go ahead and get this chicken chopped up. And because I'm using so many vegetables inside of this fried rice dish, I don't have to use a lot of chicken. I went ahead and just cut up 1 chicken breast, and it was definitely more than enough for my family of 5. So I'm sure you can really stretch chicken breast pretty far. And it ain't like the little Chinese joints is giving you a whole bunch of shrimp and a whole bunch of chicken anyway. You know, you get a lot of rice and you get a little veggies in there, and then they just put a couple pieces of chicken or shrimp in there. So that's what I'm going to do too. And then I had my cabbage sitting out on my counter because it had been in the refrigerator a little bit too long and ain't got much color left to it. So I went ahead and chopped up the cabbage too because we are going to put that in the fried rice. It would have been nice if I had some little egg roll wrappers. I really like egg rolls. And then one day I was at the store and I picked up some instant jasmine rice, but it just wasn't jasmine. It wasn't. It really wasn't. So I added a little water to it and just let it sit. All right, you guys, I completely lost this video and I had no idea there was no sound. So thank you for allowing me to know to correct my video. So I'm just going to freestyle it. So I kind of just dropped all my veggies. Y'all seen that. I didn't mean to do that. But what I'm getting ready to do is go ahead and throw some butter in the skillet and let it melt so we can saute the vegetables and get them nice and soft. Then I didn't realize that I had olive oil, so I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle this olive oil in the pan and mix it all up, and that's going to give it a lot of flavor. And now we can go ahead and add our vegetable mixture because, you know, we chopped up our celery, our green peppers, our red onions, and our carrots. So we're gonna get them nice and soft so that my kids will eat them. And then as it's sauteing, I really wasn't sure if I wanted to add some salt and flavor into the vegetables, but I'm like, these vegetables can be very bland, plus the rice is very bland. So let's go ahead and just season up our little vegetables and put some salt on there. And I was like, no, I shouldn't because my blood pressure is kind of high. But I'm like, should we add some salt? And I'm like, yeah. let's go ahead and add the salt. So we're going to get the salt and throw that in there. Get the vegetables cooked down to be nice and soft and translucent. I really wish I knew what I was saying because this video was the bomb, okay? It was really good this time. So I'm disappointed, but it's okay. I'm going to take my loss. And judging by the way I'm looking all of everywhere, I think I'm looking for the salt. And I'm like, we might not have some. And then I think I realized that I find it. I'm like, should I use the salt? And I'm like, yeah, we should use some salt. All right. So now we're back and we cooking those vegetables down to get them nice and soft. And then there's my rice, and it has water in it still. Don't worry about the brown stuff on the bowls. That's just soy sauce because I did spill some on the bowl. Now I was just letting y'all know, like, my kids is not going to eat these vegetables if they are not soft. And we need to season them because it's kind of bland. So that's me just setting a timer for my vegetables so I make sure I don't burn them, because sometimes your girl do forget. We ain't trying to burn dinner today. So now those vegetables have cooked down and you can tell they're soft. That's when I'm going to go ahead and throw my chicken in there. And all it is marinated in some soy sauce with some onion powder, garlic powder, and a little paprika. So that's what gave it the nice little color. That's what's going to add the flavor to the vegetables because I decided not to add the salt until I get done. Plus, I couldn't find it. And then my pan was getting kind of dry, so I went back in and added some more olive oil. Get that mixed up in there nice and good. And then once that's mixed up, we're going to... Jeffrey, stop yelling. Gosh, calm down. Journey, go put that cup back in the kitchen. Stop putting stuff in Mama's cup. So now I'm just showing y'all the vegetables to let y'all see how it's cooking. And the chicken is still not done, but we also have that cabbage we chopped up, and we're not finna forget to put that in there. And I was saying I wish I had some egg roll wrappers because I love egg rolls, and that would have been great with this meal. But we're gonna just add it to our fried rice and make it a super veggie fried rice. And I just know this is like super healthy. So we're gonna get that mixed in and cooked down. And once it cooks down, we're gonna add the rest of that cabbage in there. Jeez, I really wish I knew what I was saying, y'all. This video would have been great. So thank you if you still bearing with me. So I had to flip it around and show y'all because I felt like I was just doing my thing on the stove. I really do. This mixture was really good. You didn't need rice with it, but because I had made it, we needed to go ahead and add that in there. Plus, I feel like it'll just be more filling and people will get full because I do need to feed 5 people. So we're just going in now, adding the rest of that cabbage. We're going to just mix it in. And I don't even wait for the cabbage to cook down and get a little softer. I just had to go right in there with my little spoon and give it a taste. Let's see what it's tasting like. And that was the moment I realized I needed just a little bit of salt. We needed a little something else in there. And that's me trying to figure out where the heck is my salt. So I sprinkle some in my hand. And we're going to get that mixed in there. And I felt like that was enough. Because once it's done, I just wanted to add just a little bit of something. So when I get ready to add the soy sauce, everything will just come together. And we're getting really close to the time to go ahead and add in our rice. So I'm just going to mix in a little bit at a time so I'm not spilling it all out the sides of the pan. And so we can get everything mixed in really well. And we're at this point where I'm just wishing that you guys could smell how this food smells. Because everything was smelling so nice. The aromas were really coming together. So this meal is pretty much done. I think my timer is getting ready to go off. You're going to see me reaching towards the camera. That's because I'm turning off the timer to my stove. And then we're going to go ahead, get ready, and plate this meal up. Oh, throwing in the last of the rice. turning off my timer. Gonna add our little soy sauce in there. And I didn't put a lot because once I plated it up, I realized after I tasted it that I needed some more. So I sprinkled a little bit more on top, and it just gave everything that it needed to give for me. So there we go, plating it up nice and hot and fresh. And the bite-sized chicken was perfect in this dish. It wasn't too much in your mouth at the time. And there was like chicken in every bite. My entire family loved this meal. I was shocked that my toddler, my daughter, she's the pickiest one of them all. I was so surprised that she ate all of the food. So did my son. All right, you guys, it's about time for me to wrap this video up because your girl started smacking. I was so hungry, I didn't get a chance to eat until 4. So we're going to call this the American style vegetable fried rice with chicken because it is mainly vegetables and a little bit of chicken. And I really enjoyed this meal. I hope you guys did too. So thank you guys so much for watching. I enjoy having you. And as always, peace.